I'm doing my part. 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 I'm doing my part.
Hey guys, hello. I just have to change a few things around, but I am here, so hi. I hope you're doing well. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba. Okay, that one is good. And now this one is not good.
I'm doing my part.
All right. It is done. Question mark? Why has this not changed? Hi, hello, thank you. I don't wear this one so much, so I do appreciate the commentary. Oh, that's why. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everything seems okay. Moving that over. Excellent. Happy girl. Maybe? What is going on? Anyhow, that's all for me to figure out. I think I got it. Yes. I think she's got it. I think she's got it. Hello. Thanks, Macy. That's really sweet. I'm glad. Love your hair. Thank you, Silva. Welcome back. Cheers. I hope you had a wonderful start to your day, whatever you got up to, or end of your day. Or maybe it's been a whole day. I don't know. But anyway, it's good to be back. I personally really appreciated having my morning to myself. I had a little sleep in. I haven't really had a sleep in for a long time, and so it was much needed, I think. And then I have been trying to work on all of my old decrepit bones. Well, muscles more so, I suppose. No, you're all good, Kiwi man. I know that you're going to have to pop off to work. So good on you for doing these things. But yeah, I've just been trying to work it out. Although I did, maybe this is too much information so early on, but I went to put my shirt on and I squealed in pain because of my bloody rotator cuff or whatever it is. So basically, it's tough being an expired individual. Oh my god, you love my accent? Where are you from? I am from New Zealand. Thank you so much for asking, Lil Goth. Much appreciated. Hi. How you going, Doubles? Hi, David. Thanks, Macy. I appreciate that. That's really sweet. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. So basically, I think I need to do like I need to get just even little dumbbells. That word always trips me up. Dumbbells. It just sounds wrong. And I don't know where. You know what? That's what we're going to start with today. The etymology of a dumbbell. Why? Why is it called this? Dumbbell. It would help if I could spell dumbbell etymology. I got bullied at school today. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Cookie. Hopefully you can just have a nice, relaxing afternoon in that case. That's really sad. Expired shrimp. Yeah, it smells like it too. I don't know what that means. Shut up. Moving around. Moving on. Moving on.
I'm doing my part.
It's a kiwi! You got it right. It's me. A kiwi. Anyway, this is Manu. If for those who haven't met Manu, they're pretty cool. I like them a lot. They just hang out just off camera here. There they go. You're a dumbbell. Oh, we're getting feisty nice and early. This is it. I had too much of a rest, so now I'm feeling all ready for combat. Hi, Whistle. How you going? Robert Ducky, good to see you. Sunbeam, the deterioration has begun indeed. No, I think you've got the spelling right. Deterioration. That looks right anyway. Can you whistle? No, not really. I've been trying to learn how to whistle, but I have many times been attempting it on stream and failing miserably. Delicious kiwi. Well, a delicious banana has also just walked into the bar. Shh, see, Mama. Shh. We'll do. So can someone do a little tuck for see, Mama? I'll do a tuck for see, Mama. Tuck at Chocolaholic Mama. There we go. Yeah, I was sleeping, now I'm ready to fight. Thank you, Silva. Yeah, you do your thing. I can whistle much easier on the inhale as opposed to the exhale. Yeah, I know that some people can do that, where it's like versus but I can't do either. Of course, you mama, you just go rest. Appreciate you stopping in nonetheless. Would you rather fight a wasp nest or an angry donkey? Wasp nest, for sure. I don't want to get kicked by that donkey. They bite as well. Wasp nest is horrible, but I feel like that's just my choice. I haven't got a real reason why other than the donkey just terrifying me more. Hi, Glow. The literal shape of your teeth can affect if you whistle or not. Oh, there we go. Okay, today I learned. Hola, how you going? Oh, yes. So in terms of the exclamation mark plays, thank you so much for doing that, Moang. I do appreciate it. We're going to be playing some Red Dead Redemption, but if you're on YouTube, I won't be playing on this channel. I'll be playing on my second channel. So if you want to watch, that will be basically when I finish my tea, which usually means about an hour of hanging out. Kiwi. So a Kiwi, for your reference, 21 Gun, is basically someone from New Zealand. New Zealand is a colony of UK technically, but the Kiwi bird, this one here, that is a flightless bird that is native to New Zealand, and it is also the national symbol. And so the New Zealanders, instead of saying New Zealanders, got the nickname Kiwi. So you can just say, oh, you're a Kiwi, instead of a New Zealander. You look like you got some Native American cheekbones. Are people known for high cheekbones in Native America? I didn't know that. Why are you blowing into the mic? ASMR, right? That's what the people want, right? As someone who can whistle multiple ways, I'd say teeth whistling is easier. Damn. Okay. Today I learned, but yeah, I can't really whistle. That's as loud as I can go. You got stung by a wasp last week. Choose donkey, yes, but have you been bitten or kicked by a donkey? Plus, I feel like the stamina on the donkey, I don't know. I've never been stung by a wasp, so that's probably also why I'm a little bit hesitant. Yeah, I got a gamer girl channel. If you want to see me be a gamer girl, go follow or subscribe on my gamer channel. I've only been able to whistle, I'm assuming, by puffing my cheeks and blowing in a way that would hurt, but lets the air barely escape. Huh, interesting. There we go. Thanks, Batman. Hi, how you going, Wiggles? Hi, Archie. AI? Not quite. Not yet. I haven't managed to teach AI to look like myself yet. Got a new nickname for myself, that guy in the overalls. Let's go. We got a little dynamic duo going. Yeah, I can't whistle. That's as much as I can do. Can you whistle something? I did. Like I said, that's all I can do. It's very, very common question on YouTube. 'Tis what it is. The reason why. Actually, wait. Before I go into this, I just want to see. Dumb means silent, or mute, and bell. Early exercise equipment for strengthening involved weighted ropes and pulleys designed to mimic the motion of ringing church bells. Oh my god! Okay, so this is according to AI, and I don't mean me. I mean Gemini. According to AI, the dumbbells are meant to be like pulling a bell in a church, but they were silent. Hence the word dumb, or mute. Dumb bell. Huh, okay. That'll satisfy me for now. However, why do people keep on thinking I look like AI? We've asked a lot of the accusers of what their assumption is, and you're absolutely correct, is the camera doesn't help on vertical scrolling, because I did a funny picture. A lot of people are used to the lives being on a phone, whereas I've been live streaming on Twitch for a few years. I've got a very fancy camera, and so over on Twitch, people are very used to this camera quality, but I think on vertical, it is not as common. My brick wall also doesn't help. That is something that is very unique to content creators in general. You don't see a lot of people using a brick wall as their background. And because of the camera, it creates a soft focus. However, these are all things that we have made assumptions on based on commentary that we've had during the live streams. I watched a video from CoffeeZilla, the journalist who does a lot of scam uncovering. So I watched a video of his only a few days ago, although it came out a little while ago. And he addressed a little bit of AI scams. And one of them that they talk about are when people make themselves look like usually a 20-something-year-old female, and people cannot tell if it's AI or not. And they showed a video of this girl just in her car, and I was like, I would not have picked up on that being AI whatsoever. There is nothing that this girl is indicating that would show that she's AI. AI is really that freaking good nowadays. And so I am starting to be a lot more sympathetic to the AI accusers that assume that I might be AI, because it is really bloody hard to tell. And for so long I was like, oh my god, like, just stop overcorrecting, stop assuming everything is AI. And then I watched this video and I went, never mind. Never mind. That's, you know what? I get it. I understand why a lot of people are struggling, because so many things are AI. I do have another point though, but first things first, thank you so much for Bakers!
XClem is the evolution of XAI.
It is true! It's me! Finally, we've got a good version, eh? Thank you so much for Bakers. That is very kind. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Hello, hi, hello. XClem AI, exactly. That'll be my TechTuber channel. Thanks, Shafa. Go do your thing. The next, so instead of making an eye roll over people's assumptions of me being AI, I think I want to challenge more of the thought process of why do people think I am AI? Rather than, like, sorry, that still seems like the same question. Why do people think I would benefit off being AI? That's more what I am hinting at. So instead of what elements look like AI, what is the purpose of using AI? And so for a lot of people, that is to scam. They try to mimic being a pretty girl and ask for a lot of donations. And so I think the only way for me to counter AI accusations is to not ask for donations. So don't you dare donate to me. I'm not AI. Otherwise, I'd be trying to scam you, damn it. That is the only conclusion I've come to. Anyway, rant over. Who's your favorite singer and why? Hayley Williams. I think that she has one of the most phenomenal voices I've ever heard. I think she's got incredible breath control. I think she has an amazing range, and I just love the sound of her voice. And on top of that, I know that she's a great singer because she knows how to harmonize. There are a lot of singers who do not harmonize, and it makes me very sad. It also makes me very sad when there are literally the most talented people in, let's say, musical theater, and there are people who don't even write good harmonies. Wicked is an example of that. Wicked has some of the most difficult ranges and songs in a musical, and yet they really don't have any duets. And it's such a shame because people should be the top of their game. They have Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth as the original cast. And they're just both so great that they can't duet together? It's honestly such a shame. And then if you look at the new one, I said don't donate to me, damn it!
Don't tell me what to do.
Thank you. That is very kind. I will use that $2 very, very wisely. Much appreciated. But to continue my rant, even if we look at the movie, Ariana Grande, incredible singer. And then, oh my gosh, her name is escaping me. Who's her you lost my rant, my flow. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. This is annoying me. Anyway, great. Both of them amazing artists. And they only do the tiniest bit of duetting. It's really upsetting. So now I have to just look up her name. Anyway, I like Hayley Williams is my actual point. Cynthia Erivo. There we go. Goodness gracious. I can't believe I couldn't remember that. The Weeknd? I don't really follow The Weeknd. Thank you so much for the raid as well. Welcome, Beric. I hope you're well. Thank you. Welcome. I'm a new subscriber. Thank you, Harsh. Thing looks like a dream nightmare. Is that yours? National symbol? Yes. In terms of the kiwi, this is indeed our national bird. We're literally named after it. They are very cute. Hot tip, don't blow as nearly as hard as you think you need to for whistle. I'm doing it so lightly. Yeah, the microphone is pretty good. It should do. Can anybody... Okay, I'm just catching up with chat now. If people are missing the old place, just say it's behind the bricks and most of your stuff's. Exactly, I like that. Spidey! Clem never streams when I'm awake anymore, so this is probably AI. You got it.
Just shut. Take my money. If you are an AI, then we have achieved peak, and I am fine with that.
Thank you so much.
Please tell me what to do, you woo.
Thank you guys for the donations. That's very sweet, but seriously, it's not required. That is very cheeky. Thank you for committing to the bit. I will make sure to treat myself to a coffee this weekend with those sweet donations. Thank you. Also, will help with my Pokemon Go fund. I'm going to Copenhagen in June for the Go Fest, and that will help out with a lunch when I'm there. So thank you, genuinely. I don't even have anything cheeky to say. I'm just really grateful, truly. I recognize most AI at a glance, says Glow, because of the flaw they put it on purpose. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Okay. Clem AI narrates the first emu war, if I knew more about it. You don't look anything. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. A lot of people don't say that, so I'm appreciative that some people still know the truth. It's a big psyop. Don't donate, but behind him actually has fingers crossed. Exactly right. Favorite singer who's dead? Ooh, David Bowie for sure. David Bowie I still listen to so much. David Bowie, 100%. Don't need to think about it more than that. I love David Bowie. There are a few celebrities that I cry about when they die. David Bowie was one of them. Reverse psychology, clearly AI. I'm trying a new strat, Ron. Is that an abandoned house? Well, it is for now. That's why I'm squatting in here. But hopefully no one comes back to it, you know? Yeah, OG Wikicast went so well. Welcome our new AI Clem Overlord. Thank you, Lil Goth. I haven't seen Singing in the Rain, but we have thought about watching it for a movie night, actually. So it is one on my list for sure. Hi, Season Lounge. I'm not familiar with this one, Don. James, Donald, Forbes, McCann, Catamaran Plant. I don't know what these ones are. Yeah, Cynthia, you got it. Sorry, I am catching up. I'm well, Beric. I hope you're well as well. Oh my gosh! Sorry, Beric. I'm just
Look
getting
at it,
distracted.
Herd drink. Clearly, Motorola from our POV. Despicable but acceptable.
I gotta stay lubricated, you know? Anyhow, no, I don't bite my nails. I don't have to worry about that. I pause for my life this stream. Respect me. Okay, philosophers. Okay, I'll respect you as much as I can. How often you stream? I stream about 4 days a week, I would say is the plan. However, for the month of May, I'm streaming every single day. So you might see a lot of me, Hoonipunk. But I stream at different times depending on if I'm going to be doing gaming or just chatting. Just chatting is the bulk of my content, similar to what we're doing now. But today is a gaming stream, so once I'm done with my tea, we'll jump into some Red Dead Redemption 2, which is very exciting. Big thanks to all the moms out there who double-handedly mow the cucumber fields. Awesome. Hell yeah. Happy Mother's Day. I didn't realize it was Mother's Day for some people out there. Happy Mother's Day indeed. I know it's not a universal day, so for whichever country it is, happy Mother's Day. Beric, just a chaotic French streamer. Bonjour! Of variety, so we do a bit of everything. We yap, react, otherwise we often play FPS simulators, indie games, roguelike, and incidentally a French joker who's trying to speak more English. Bienvenue. My pronunciation is terrible. Also, those are the only things that I know, so merci. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very much appreciated. Hey, Oscar, good to see you again. Oh my gosh, Donna from that 70s show. I haven't had that comparison. Usually I get every single redhead comparison where it's like, well, you have red hair, therefore you look like this other girl who has red hair. And I'm surprised I haven't gotten that comparison a lot because I think that they're probably, I guess she has a lot more of that squint, like seductress look in the eyes. So that's probably why I haven't gotten that comparison as much. Hey Kane, how you going? Clem is the only slag heap AI that I'll give my money to. I'll take that. Thank you so much, Kiwi man. Pokemon Go was GPS pass training premium. No, everyone knows this. There is no need to prove that. Like, what else were they doing with all of that? It was obvious from day one. Hi, Parkos. How you going? About to release the double whopper I had for dinner back to the wild. Enjoy. Hopefully it is smooth a process. Good luck for you. Are you an actress? Not anymore. I did try it out 10 years ago, but it was not for me. Not Swedish. I'm a Kiwi. Come, thank you for another $1. Much appreciated.
Shine a light on Clemi.
Oh my god. Made me choke on my tea. And on answer to that, Hoonipunk, tea, not coffee. I don't care about any celebrity. All I care indeed, only you. Wow, coming on strong. Damn. Damn, you're very gorgeous. Thank you, Alex. You are very gorgeous. What do you do for work? Currently, I am just live streaming for work. I do earn a little bit of money from it. And so that is all I've been doing. I've just moved countries. And luckily for me, the reason why I can live stream for full-time work is because I don't have to pay for rent or a mortgage. If I had that expense, then I definitely, what I earn through live streaming would not be enough to sustain me. However, I, like I said, don't really have massive overhead costs at the moment. So I am just live streaming, and especially for the month of May, I'm doing extra live streams when I wouldn't normally, not for the money, but just to find my routine. And then after that is when I'll decide if I want to get a part-time job. I think a part-time job would be nice just to supplement the income and get a little bit more, well, cash, because I want to do a lot of travel. I've just moved to the UK, and there are so many European countries out there that I want to visit, and I will need funds for that. So I am considering getting one for that reason. But in the meantime, where I'm just kind of taking it easy, I'm basically just making sure to settle into my environment before picking up any extra work. Okay, 10th of May is Mother's Day. I think in the UK, Mother's Day was a few weeks ago already. Yeah, I thought it was always on a Sunday as well, Schmick, so that's why I'm a bit confused. What is your favorite video game? So for a long time, I used to say Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a lot of nostalgia wrapped up in that answer. But I think that when I played Portal, which was for the first time in, I think, 2023 or 4. So I played it a few years ago for the first time, and I loved it. I love puzzles. I'm an absolute fiend for puzzles. And if you have played Portal, the style and the cheekiness to it, somewhat of a horror game, I would even dare say. I really, really, really liked it. So I think it might be my favorite game. And I remember saying that at the time. But I'm not 100% sure. Hey Goku, good to see you again. Guten Morgen, Piki. Wie geht es dir? Hi Steven. Hi Noah. You can bite your nails and you can bite your friends, but don't bite your friends' nails. It's true. Look at my baby. He's 5 months old yesterday. I can't see him, but I'm sure that they're cute. So, hi. I don't know what this word is. Sorry, drip bus. I don't know what this word is. Did I see you in any movies? No, I've not been in any movies. I have done the work that I did when I was trying to be an actress. Basically was a lot of online publications, and so I've done presenting work, and I've done extras, and I've been in ads, but I never made it to a movie. So you will not know me from the movies. Last dream you remember? I haven't really been dreaming a lot recently, so I'll have to think about it some more. Are you trans? No, I'm not trans. Why do you look good for age 74? I make sure to wear sunscreen. If y'all donate enough, that Ulva will start changing textures. We all secretly hope you actually are AI and are training you. We are doing this to prove you can corrupt AI. Damn. So basically, I do have to consider my existential living every single day. It is on Sunday. Oh, okay, so Mother's Day is on Sunday. Someone else was just saying it wasn't. I am a Kiwi indeed. You got it. The 10th is Sunday. There we go. Mother's Day. I want to see what other days it is. This is AI slop. And that's the thing, is I don't mind people making a false assumption that it's AI. I've kind of accepted this. But the question is when they go like AI slop. I'm like, okay, you can not like what I do in my just chatting, but for your first message to say slop, I think that it just goes to show that people don't really understand the words that they're saying. That's all. That's all I have to say. Lunchtime is over. You're good for bakers. Thanks for stopping by. It's time for me to go. No stress, Hooney. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, you do your thing. We might see you in the future. I'm streaming every single day of May. Saturdays we stream in the Discord channel to watch a movie rather than going live like we are now. So I might see you in the future, and if we don't, then I hope you have a very good life. Mother's Day, the one day I get breakfast in bed. Hell yeah, Shelby. I remember when I was a kid, that was what we always did for my mom as well. We used to bake cupcakes or we used to bring breakfast in bed. But I don't remember what I used to make for breakfast. I think I did French toast one year. I did a very, very simple French toast recipe for a long time, and so I think that's what I made. But I don't think she really appreciated it. She's not really a French toast girl. Australia watching, g'day. It's the bleeding edge AI, exactly. I wanted to move to New Zealand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you'll be fine. People in New Zealand are just so chill, Game Stunner. Sterner, sorry. It's just a very relaxed atmosphere. The population is quite small, but there's beautiful, beautiful environment, and it's just chill. But I will say that I don't like Auckland. Auckland is the largest city in New Zealand, and it is a city. If you can, I would try and suggest or recommend finding work in one of the other cities. But Auckland is where, it's the major economic capital, so it wouldn't surprise me if you end up there. But if you do look into it, maybe just consider some other cities, depending on what work can get you there as well. Hi, Markers. I just hope it isn't mackerel and ice cream. Blah. Thank you, Goku. We're slaying overall, you say? Thanks, Hooney. Thank you. Biggest superstition, as in my superstition? Ooh, yeah, I might not be able to answer your one about dreams, but superstition, do I hold any superstitions? There are definitely a lot of cultural things that I do. So I don't like wearing shoes inside other than slippers, but that's more of a cultural thing. Superstitions. Do I hold any superstitions? I'm not a superstitious person. I don't think I have any superstitions. If anything, I'd be more likely to have OCD than superstition. And that's a whole nother thing. So I guess if I don't have a superstition, I have to rephrase the question. What is the biggest superstition? What is the superstition that the majority of people hold? Black cats, mirrors, under the ladder, umbrellas inside. I feel like the most known superstition maybe would be something like breaking glass, breaking a mirror being bad luck. But of course it's going to be bad luck. You don't want to cut yourself, OCD is not just about cleanliness. It's not just good hygiene. OCD is a much deeper psychological issue. As an Australian, hearing people in New Zealand, I was about to throw myself at y'all to defend the Kiwis. No. We can do that ourselves, Cam. We can go back to fighting. It's all right. IRL streams are a superstition, exactly right. That's the one. And on top of that, any live stream is a superstition because it's all AI, as we now know. Yeah, the black cat as well. Walking under ladders is just hazardous. Who shot JFK? Are you thinking is that a trivia question? Because I love trivia. Or are you thinking, oh no, that's, you're thinking maybe superstitions versus conspiracies? Because I know that Harvey Lee Oswald, which way around is it? Oswald Lee Harvey. Anyway, that guy, I think I said it right the first time and then I doubted myself, is the one who was arrested for the shooting. But if you're suggesting it's someone else, then I can't help you there. Hi, Paddlefoots. How you going? If you greet the cat, it disperses the bad luck. That I haven't heard about. Oh, sorry. That makes much more sense about the shoes. Thank you so much for the clarification. Oh, I feel so silly, but exactly right. It's not just hygiene, just cleanliness. Yeah, you don't want to bring mud into the house and whatnot. So I completely agree. My apologies. Is this chat LGBTI safe space? Look, let me put it this way. I also am in this community, so I would hope it's be a safe space. The mods do a lot of work to shut down discrimination of any kind. And so, yes, we have a lot of people in the LGBT community here, and I hope that you find it safe as well. Otherwise, we're going to have other issues because I will have to be combating a lot more for myself. The gremlins who live under my bed. Hi, Zachan. Give me any advice to get rid of bad habits like procrastination. Like procrastination. So you're putting things off. I don't really know how to help with procrastination in general, but I will say that in terms of countering bad habits, it can really help to build good ones. And so when you're reaching for well, that's why I think I'm struggling with procrastination. But if you're going to doom scroll, instead of doom scrolling, trying to replace that with like going for a walk, for example, or reading a book. And so usually just doing 15 minutes or even 10 minutes of a better habit can help with that stuff. So if you're struggling with procrastination, then I would suggest a similar situation where of course, think about the thing that you are procrastinating. Is it washing the dishes? Is it doing study or doing your work, whatever it might be? Start with just saying, okay, as long as I only do 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes further than I would have been if I did nothing at all. And 10 minutes goes by pretty darn quickly. Usually you find if you do just take that first step, then you'll end up spending more time. But if you set yourself that limit, maybe look into the Pomodoro technique as well, which is where you work for a period and then you have a break, and you work for a period and have a break. And breaking it down into smaller tasks, then that can be really helpful. So I would say just commit to, and look, if you're like, no, I can't even do 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just literally setting a timer so that you've worked for that period and just fully focusing for that time. And like I said, that will at least be 5 minutes more than you've done. And then try and build on that habit. There's no discrimination, just frequent hardcore bullying of Clem in particular, exactly. Spilling salt, I know, is a superstition, but I don't think it's one that is very commonly known, you know? You remind me of Chucky. Oh my god, yes, you're so right. Especially with the red hair. I think the stripes really make it look Chucky-esque today as well. I hadn't considered that. Wrong color for the stripes, but I definitely get it. See, if we look over here, you can see, of course, exhibit number 1, wrong color blue, but it doesn't matter. Stripes, wrong color, but it doesn't matter. We still got the stripes. And then, of course, the hair. The hair, we've got blue eyes, not so much, but nonetheless, it is a fair comparison to make, for sure. I missed one thing. This one. ADHD makes that hard sometimes, yes. But that is also why breaking it down to those small sections can help even with ADHD. Thanks, Goku. Because it is making that focus in a short period rather than these longer ones. Refreshing and kind of sad I didn't stick around to realize the safe environments are safe for everyone. Oh, I'm leaving then. I'm not LGBT. So yeah, that is indicative that they themselves didn't want to, like, that they probably are discriminatory themselves rather than safe environments are safe for everyone. That shows that they wanted to shit on LGBT, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people who like to share about their bowel movements on lives. I find that very fascinating. I will put this out there. I feel like you should look into getting some fiber and whatnot. But anyway, it's fine that it disappeared. Just make sure to flush, you know. I don't know why he even opened his mouth to say something. You know, that it's exactly that. They said it because they wanted to do a gotcha. Imagine if I said, like, no, I hate this group or whatever, then they'll probably be like, finally, I found my people. They basically were just looking for an excuse to shit on the LGBT community rather than because they make a false assumption of the safe environment being safe for everyone. What's your big 5? What's big 5? Sorry, I'm not familiar with that one. I know the Myers-Briggs test, but I don't know what big 5 is. Would you stay on the 13th floor of a hotel? Oh, that's a good one. Actually, I think you might be right about the superstition being the number 13. Unlucky 13. That's one that a lot of people know. So yes, I have no issue staying on the 13th floor because I'm not superstitious, but I know that a lot of American hotels don't even have a 13th floor because of how superstitious people were. Why does AI have so many bell issues? Well, it is, I guess, to do with all of the servers maybe somehow. It's just churning a lot. It's the same user that left because of the safe environment. Yes, no, that's whom I'm speaking of as well. I got work in an hour. You're tempting me to stay. No. You go do work. We're just hanging out, and we'll, you can watch the VOD. We'll be back here tomorrow, so you just go work. Was machen Sie heute? Heute wir spielen die Videospiele Red Dead Redemption 2, aber nicht auf diese YouTube-Channel, auf mein anderes YouTube-Channel Exclamplays oder auf twitch.tv Exclamentine, wenn du willst das, was ist, gucken? Ja. Ich glaube, da ist ein besserer Wort anderer dann gucken. Aber es ist sehen. Ja. Willkommen, Raya. Mortofino helps with procrastination. Oh, I don't know this one. Yeah, Exclementina. If you've got a busy day and things to do, take that. Modafinil. So I'm assuming this is a drug kind of like Adderall? Maybe? It's a prescription central nervous system stimulant used to enhance alertness. Yeah, so it reminds me of Adderall, I suppose. I am always very hesitant of immediately just leaning towards medications or drugs. I don't mean hard drugs. Like, this is a drug, the same way paracetamol and ibuprofen are drugs. I'm always hesitant to just go towards that because I think that can help short term, but long term, to overcome procrastination, you still need to build healthy habits. And you can probably admit that taking this every single day when you're struggling with, let's say, study or work is not necessarily the healthiest thing. But just special occasions. And so I would have to look into it some more, I suppose. Yeah, keep it English even if I speak German. I need to practice it though. As to this German, I wish I liked the language more, though compared to French is angelic. Oh, you're not into the French sounds. I've not really heard as much French, but a lot of people say it's very romantic, as they say. I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 would be very entertaining if you could mod all the dialogue into German. So we need to have like, hey bunny, we need to have the southern accent. Und dann wir müssen ein bisschen Deutsch in den Süden-Akzent machen. Hallo. Hallo, wie geht es dir? No, I can't even do the southern accent. That's tough. Hi, J-Joy. It's good to see you again. Welcome back. Thoughts on psychics and astrologers? I think that psychics are very good at reading people, and in that they can be very talented. I do not believe that the people who make careers out of their psychic abilities are real. I do think that there are people who have heightened senses and intuition, and I wouldn't completely discount it, but the people who are making money off being psychics are frauds for sure. Astrologers are people who hold a belief over a system that was posed several hundred years ago, if not thousands now. So astrology was formed based around the belief that the Earth is the center of the universe. After time, we realized that the Earth actually rotates around the sun rather than the sun rotating around the Earth. But when we thought that everything rotated around the Earth, that's where astrology kind of was birthed. And the fact that people are still using it today shows that they are not keeping up with new knowledge and or even understanding where this belief has come from. It's kind of crazy that it has managed to survive several hundred years. Like I said, even thousands. I'll have to remember where the switchover was. And so everything is pretty much
I'm doing
just
my
discounted
part.
from there. Beautiful brickwork. Thank you. I didn't do it myself. In fact, it's pretty shoddy, but I do appreciate you stopping by, Benny. Hi from India. Hi, T-Vlogs. Can I call you Strawberry? Sure, why not? I have no issues with this nickname. That's fine. I'm so funny to me. You are funny to others as well, Lounge. You don't have to worry about that. Ahoy, hoy. Are we talking about movie characters and gaming? We weren't intentionally, but we can if you want. How are we the center of the universe? We're not. That's the thing. we're not. But people thought that Earth was the center of the universe, and that everything rotated around the Earth. So we know better now, but they didn't in the past. I would think that Red Dead Redemption would have a German setting. Most big games do. Yes. So I think that a lot of the time it can be subbed rather than dubbed. So I guess we'd have to find someone who has played it, you know. I remember Asher calling you Pumpkin. He's mad he goes to school. I can't believe that he's grown up so quickly. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting though. It'll be nice for you to have some breaks though and time while they're at school, you know. Oh really? There we go, Bunny. Thank you. Well, you would know, I suppose. Bonjour! Today's a good day, so good day, everyone. Good day, Sean. Yes, that's the one. The internet is now the center of the universe. We don't have to worry about the Earth or the stars. It's just the internet, because the internet can be anywhere. I learned yesterday a dub is short for a W, which is a win. Well, not in this context, but yes, that's a dub for you. You've definitely got that. Teach us, what would you like to learn, Ricardo? The Earth being the center wouldn't be possible to prove. That's why I asked. It's more about the opposite. So astronomers, rather than astrologers, discovered that actually the Earth is the thing rotating around the sun. But before that discovery, there was just, I guess, with a lot of think about a lot of the gods that used to exist. We're using Greek mythology as an example. A lot of the things that were made and a lot of the mythologies that were created were to describe how the world and the universe came to be. And so that's why a lot of people assumed that the Earth was the center of everything, because of these mythologies. And then as science became more of a thing and people got curious and learnt about the laws of physics that we know now, through that is when people discovered that that actually it was rotating the other way. So it was less so about proving that the Earth is the center, and more so disproving that the Earth was the center. And now we know our solar system, and not just our solar system, but the universe. Sorry, not the universes, the galaxies outside of our solar system too. You're very hot. Thank you kindly. Philosophically, aren't we the center of our own universe, since our perceptions are processed in our own brain and everything is relative to our senses? That's called narcissism. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I do understand that philosophically, in the sense that we only know ourselves and our experiences and our perceptions. And so therefore everything, you know, when people are like, oh, people have main character syndrome. Yeah, duh. Like, I can't live someone else's story. Obviously there's a main character syndrome going on, because all you can see is through your lens. And however mundane that life is, you're still the main character. The main character syndrome, however, can come from the idea that you think others assume that you are the main character, rather than that very natural and normal living in your own space. So I can understand where you're coming from, for sure. But of course, you've got to just be careful where it comes from. Where it goes into self-centeredness. And as a little boy, I thought everything rotated around me. Maybe it does. Have we thought about that? Maybe we should put some more discovery into it. And if we believe that enough to survive the dream, we achieve chim? Chim. I don't know what chim is, sorry. We get a lot of flat earthers here today. It's going to be one of those days. No, I think that will be all right. No one seems to have been arguing the reverse. It's just fun to chat about. Yes, exactly right, JJ. You got it. They had limited knowledge, but that's the beautiful thing, right? Is the more and more knowledge that we have, the more we uncover. That's why there are a lot more people who are moving away from religions. The more that we learn with science, the further away from religion a lot of people go. I still think that science and religion can coexist, and I think it can be really beautiful. I say that as someone not religious, but I do think faith is such a beautiful concept and is something that you don't see in a lot of other areas of human life. I think that I try to apply my version of faith in humanity, which is a very tough one. I know a lot of people are very bleak about other humans, and it doesn't help when we have a lot of people, even today alone, having some really horrendous things. But I choose to believe and I choose to have faith that there are a lot of good eggs out there, and I do get proven that almost equally with the horrendous lot, but. Nonetheless, I got background actor syndrome. Hey, at least you made it to the screen, you know? Hi, Sahid. Everyone has main character syndrome. I don't disagree. I really don't. Like, we only have our perception to look through. Like I said, I can't live someone else's life. All I can do is live my life. But as the main character of my story, what I do with that story is still up to me, and I can be kind to others. And hopefully that is being achieved. Hi Tech Geek, how you going? Have you known lip surgery? They do surgery on lips to make like M lips? No, I don't know what M lips are, sorry. I'm not familiar with this one. They try to look like idols, but this messed up all the time. I'm just not familiar with this one. I can try and look it up though. M lip surgery. Oh, thank you. Hi, Desert Biker. Much appreciated. Thank you. No. This is my natural hair color. Rexy. Oh, sorry, not Rexy. Music Master. But Rexy said, "You have people that think abortion is okay, as in my community, or do I know people? Like, what is the question that you're asking? So you're asking if we have people in the community that think abortion is okay, or are you asking my opinion on abortions?" I am a natural yapper. I love it. That's why I do just chatting for the most part. I used to pretend that I play video games, and then I just fully embrace the yapping. So the majority of what I do is yap. But on gaming days like today, I have set a hard cutoff limit that we only are allowed to yap until I finish my tea, which is usually about an hour, and then it usually takes another half hour after that. But I tell myself that it is an hour. Don't give up on us bad eggs. Yeah, we have we give the good eggs perspective. That's very true. I like that. I don't understand how a flat earth would be possible, right? Every flat earther I have ever met all had different explanations instead of one accepted answer. Isn't that the most bizarre thing? If they can't even corroborate their own story, whereas the spherical earthers, we all have the same story. People are much smarter because they have Google in their pocket nowadays. If they don't have that tech to look things up, they have a lot of opinions and no facts. So I don't know if I would agree with people being smarter. I think that they have the resources, but as we're seeing, especially with AI, there's massive conversations that are about people actually struggling with critical thinking more than they used to. And so I think that critical thinking is somewhat of an indication of higher intelligence rather than following what is being rather than you regurgitating what either Google or AI or peers say. I think that making sure to form your own opinions and be critical of the facts that are being given to you can be more of an indication of being smarter, rather than because we have these facts at our hand indicating that they are smarter than they used to be. I'm not one that agrees with this. But in terms of your second part, if they don't have that tech to look things up, do they have a lot of opinions and no facts? I do agree. I think I am understanding. You can correct me if I'm wrong, David, if I'm misinterpreting your words there. But it is very interesting how quickly things would fall apart if people didn't have the ability to repeat what they've heard someone on social media say, for example. Many people, says Nine Fox, still have a lot of opinions and no facts, even when they have the facts presented to them. Am I right? My Instagram is just !_. Hi, Kafiro. I found out a new mythology thing that is cool. So I was fascinated about the Romans and rest of the world moving from the pantheons to single monotheistic religions. And the reason why being it should be easier to control your society under one teaching and one following. Hard to control a Greek society when one person follows another Aphrodite, Hera, another Aphrodite, another Hades, so on and so forth. Yeah, I've not really thought about that. I don't think I will engage in this one today, Sean. I'll consider this, and maybe we can chat about it for Topical Tuesday. That could be fun. I think a lot of people would love to chat about mythology. I know we've got a lot of mythological geeks and freaks out there, so maybe Topical Tuesday can be about mythology. Good morning, VA. Hello, I hope you're well as well. I think all streamers yap more after they partner. I'm not so convinced about this because I've been following a lot of streamers and their careers, and I know that you did the troll face, but I can't do anything other than answer very matter of fact rather than having the nuance of like ha 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 little joke. But I can say that in my case that is not the case whatsoever, and the majority of people that I have followed their journeys of, I've actually seen people yap less, especially when they find their niche in video gaming. I think that the majority of people play video games on Twitch in particular, so no, I disagree with this. Even if you are making a joke, like I said, I can't answer anything other than matter of factly. Okay, Amenhotep, ancient Is, and they tried to centralize worship under one god in Egypt. He even shut temples, weakened the old priesthoods, moved to the capital city, and tried to replace the traditional religion. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this. Yeah, kind of like Romans and Christianity. Damn, I guess it did happen in other places too. I'm 29, music master. My girlfriend, other guys going, so I am sad. My girlfriend, other guys going, so I am sad. I'm sorry, Boys Comedy Club. I'm not familiar with the words that you're saying, but I'm assuming that you are referring to the fact that your girlfriend has started cheating on you. And if that's the case, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, messy dude. Is that a real smile? No, it's a fake smile. I hate smiling. It makes everything hurt. Good morning. Hello. You should play Clash Royale. Nah, I'm good. Critical thinking, problem solving are vanishing. I think so. For a while, I thought that we were just seeing more people, like because of the internet, we had more connectivity to, let's say, the lower percentile of intelligence and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that recognition is that there are people who might not be as high IQ or let alone EQ, who have the ability to use the internet, unlike, let's say, the 90s. And therefore, we see more of the stupidity rather than there being increased levels of stupidity. But now, instead of saying that I think that there is an increased level of people being influenced to behave a certain way, and those ways are stupid when you get rewarded. So I'm thinking like prank content creators who put themselves in danger, and then kids seeing that and being influenced to think that that is normal behavior. Again, similarly, how people treat other people. I say that as a woman, and how people choose to treat women. We've even seen how many people literally today, I don't know how much you've seen them, but the mods have been deleting a lot of the comments that are having a commentary on my gender. And a lot of these things they're saying because they've seen it elsewhere. And so that repetition and that copycatting of behaviors as seen online is definitely increased. But I do think that there is a result as well of this in decrease rather of critical thinking, and maybe an increase of laziness, where it's like, oh well, why would I think about the answer to this when I can just get the answer? It's like an instant gratification. And that is where I suppose a lot of my views on how the internet and social media have influenced people there. I do feel, and I don't have any research to back this up or any sources that I have able to cite, but I feel that there seems to be this increase in desire of instant gratification. And I say that as a live streamer as well. I can see it in the commentary. A lot of you guys and a lot of the community and audience that I have built on this channel do seem to have very high retention or attention focus and rates. And I'm very proud of that fact. I think it's really cool that a lot of you guys stick around for an extended period of time. But I can see also the difference of people who are on vertical live streams, how much shorter I am retaining their attention. And so this is, again, where it's kind of feeding into a theory that I was having, I suppose. And so I do think a lot of people, and like I said, I can see it in the live streams when if I don't immediately respond to someone's message, the anger or the reaction that they are having to go, oh, well, she doesn't even respond to my comments. She doesn't even read any comments. It's like, well, if you actually listen and pay attention rather than thinking about it through your own lens, you can see that I do read other comments and that I do have commentary, of course. Like right now, I've gone in a massive spiel rather than, saying, I missed that. Were you talking about us again? Rather than reading every single message out loud. Sometimes I do go on rants, but a lot of these people, they immediately leave if I haven't answered whatever they've said within 0.5 seconds. And so there's, like I said, I feel like there's this increased desire for instant gratification. But I also know that I have my own bias where I am not someone who thrives off a lot of instant gratification. I will say that I have a lot of flaws and I have some strengths as well that I'm very proud of. But I think that if I were to look at any one of my greatest strengths, and I think patience is up there. I find myself a very, very patient individual, and so therefore, when I'm so far on this end of the spectrum, that it makes it a lot harder to me to relate to people with instant gratification. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's just a little additional thought process on how I feel the internet is affecting us. Nonetheless, okay, I'm going to catch up with some messages and then we will get into, we're also got an ad break on Twitch. So I'll catch up with some messages and then we'll get into the gaming because I do have to be better at actually playing the games rather than pretending I'm going to play video games. Hello from London. Hi, Milton. I'm just not too far from you. Americanized supersize that mug, you can stay longer chatting. You're very, very cheeky, Oscar. Well, that's why we have the morning streams, so that we can do 4 hours of chatting rather than 1 hour. In 1,000 years, if our species somehow survived, do you think we would have downgraded in intelligence or upgraded? So I've actually watched a documentary on this. This is going to be a really annoying cop-out answer for you, J-Joy. The answer is both, or at least the theory from this one documentary I watched. I haven't seen updated studies, admittedly, but the theory is that there will be less of a bell curve where you have a lot of the average in the middle, and then you have the high IQ here and low IQ here, and that will actually start splitting, and you'll see that there are people who are getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and we've already seen that in our history. People have studied this, that there are a lot of people who are smarter today than they were in the past, but you also can get people who are getting less and less intelligent. And so it's not so much what's that movie where everyone is super, super stupid? I know that I don't need to say more than that. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So there's that movie. I don't think that we're heading in that direction. I think we are Idiocracy. Thank you. I knew you guys would know. Instead of moving to Idiocracy, where everyone is very low IQ, the theory is that there will be these pockets of higher intelligence and lower intelligence. That's all I can say. I don't know more about the studies. I don't know how. That's all I can repeat. I have parroted what I saw. I don't know how to tie that in any better. My apologies. Hi from South Africa. Oh my God. Hello. I visited South Africa just in February. I love the country. I'd love to go back at some point. Following a lot of streamers just means you have too much time on your hands. Milton, I'm sorry that it's taken so long. You're welcome to ask your question and I will read it shortly. My data is skewed from a small pool, yeah. Historically, most opinions were gathered by reading news media, which can be biased or just plain propaganda. Amen, brother. At least now with the internet, we have the opportunity to cast our net wider to find balanced information. But of course, that also has the negative result of if you are believing in something that is false, then you have others who can corroborate that false narrative. And so that's where it can be very dangerous too. Did you know you have a doppelganger? Well, I apparently have many, but nonetheless, I'm also very surprised you never stimmed or nor Tiff in your head like I did from the Mummy movies. I clearly haven't watched the Mummy enough times, but meow. The Mummy movies I always know cause the bi panic in a lot of people. Who are you? When point to yourself. Where are you pointing to you? No, I don't know this on Season Lounge. I'm not familiar. I can be a bad influence sometimes. I think you can be a good influence as well, BA. Yeah, 100% have South African USA accent. Well, I'm from New Zealand, and I do think that there are some crossovers with the South African and New Zealand accents. So I understand the correlation there, Dee Dee. People want to be right and unique much more than they want to be wise and wrong. Mm-hmm. New Zealand accent, not an Australian. You would people get on YouTube to pay attention? You would people get on YouTube to pay? So you want me to get people on YouTube? Sorry, Sunshine, if you're still here, you might have to repeat that one. Have you ever gotten beaten by your teacher? Like as in a competition, or do you mean physically? Because no, we oh, you do mean pinching. No, we do not have in New Zealand, we have a zero tolerance for any violence. And in fact, it's getting to the point where even any touching is flagged whatsoever. It's not quite to that extreme, but no violence in New Zealand or Australia or UK. Hi Justitree. Hi Ranger. Hi Gray. You must have had a very stable family life growing up. We like any family, we had our struggles, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of things that happened that were really tough, and I don't think that I had the most nuclear looking family, but my regulars will know this. I love my parents. My parents are my biggest role models. They're amazing people. They genuinely are, and I feel very, very lucky to have been just spawn camped with them because they're very supportive. And yes, so I think in that there is a lot going on, but there are also a lot of things where we very much struggled, just like any family, you know. There's a dramatic clip going around that penguins commented on a very rude man playing against a woman grandmaster at chess. I'd be curious if you saw it. Of course I saw it. I watch pretty much every Moist Critical video, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Do I have any immediate opinions? I might have to save it for another time just because I know that I won't play video games afterwards. But the short answer is I did see it. The guy was just so emotional. Hi, Gregs. People need validation on the internet, exactly, rhetorical. And that's the thing is, I think it's not so much on the internet. I think that humans in general are very social creatures and we do look for validation. And a lot of people think that that's a bad thing. But I think that's actually just a very natural, normal thing. We're looking for our community, like you say, like a tribe. And then we see that in spades on the internet. And so, yeah, I just agree, rhetorical. I don't have to say anything more. I just agree. Rock, paper, scissors, paper. Hi, Mamarina. I saw that your messages way long ago, but I'm sorry I have only got to it now. Loving all the people who are on here, different views and lifestyles. We're all different and learning loads all the time apart from technology. There we go. Thank you so much for popping in. And also, hi, Beefy Mang. Internet person goes a long tangent about how the internet is bad. I love the internet, Sunshine. I love the internet. I think it is one of the most wonderful, incredible things. But at the same time, we can recognize all of the negativity that it comes with. These do not have to be black and white. So yes, we can go on a tangent about how the internet is bad, but the same way we can go on the tangent on how incredible it is. Consider this stream alone, how many people it has connected in such a short period of time. New people, regulars, like-minded individuals, and also opposing views, and the conversation that has ensued. Hopefully people have been entertained in that as well. It is an incredible thing. I love the internet, and I'm so pleased that we have it. But anything can be good and also have some negative side effects. We even spoke recently about how people can get addicted to exercise, something that is supposed to be incredibly healthy, and one thing that everyone should be encouraged to be doing is more exercise. And yet, exercise can still be bad. So just like anything, everything should be in moderation. Okay. Okay, I think we're almost caught up. I'm not from the UK. I'm from New Zealand, but I live in the UK now. Hi, Night Warrior. You have a doppelganger still, Mia. How do you find your doppelganger, I guess? We've become more survival in what we need modern day. We've become more survival. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Gray. So if you want to repeat what you meant in particular about survival in the modern day, then I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, we'll move on and play some games. Someone in another chat said they hit max follow count and complained about having to take one off to follow them. Oh, as in someone follows so many people. Wow, I didn't even consider that. Damn, I didn't know there was a max. Hi, Maxtery. Has Red Dead taken over your life yet? No. I've only played one session. So we played our first session, chapter 1, on Monday. So we're only getting into it now. So thank you so much for asking, Max. I'm sorry I didn't get around to it sooner. But the reason why we're starting it is because I'm have the next 3 weeks of my life to dedicate to it. So I've already prepared for it to consume me, but I didn't manage to jump on the next last couple days. Hi from California. Hi, that's a nice wall. Thank you. Also, Vigo, I like Lord of the Rings. I don't know if your name is meant to be a play on Viggo Mortensen, but I do like it. Yeah, it's really shoddily done, but I like it nonetheless. I don't know what Raushan and Kushi is. Sorry, Music Master. I'm not familiar with this one, but I shall not be playing these things. Just the parents. What about the cousins, as in people that I like? It's true what she says. She loves her parents. I do. I don't think triumphs are bad and groupthink is bad. I think that, so an example that I came across is that there are, so like conspiracy theories, a lot of us can agree that there are conspiracy theories that are just straight up false. We spoke about flat earth and whatnot. So before the internet, a lot of the time when someone was holding a belief that was, let's say, a little bit cuckoo bananas, they would get ostracized because if they held that belief, everyone would say that's stupid, and then they would have to change their belief. Otherwise, they would be ostracized from the group, from the tribe. And then they have regular thinking again. However, like I was saying before, now on the internet, that same person can hear everything from the people around them, and then when they're all disagreeing with the conspiracy, they can go online now and have people corroborate their conspiracy or cryptid belief or whatever it might be. And so that is where it can be detrimental of finding a new group that also let's be real, ostracized. And so within that loneliness, they find a group, and so it can reinforce beliefs that probably should not be reinforced. But in general, I think that it is still good to, I guess, be nice. Just be nice to people, guys. And that kind of groupthink is is a good thing. Just be nice. People do seek validation for sure. I am a very acts of service person, so affirmations are a big one for me. So you like having the act of service and then someone saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you, that's so kind," or whatever it is. I gladly am getting that from my work in coaching soccer. When you're dependent on it from relationships and friendships, it can leave you exposed. Instead, now I got 3 to 12-year-olds telling me I'm their favorite weekly. That's so sweet. Feed my affirmations. At least you realize. Do you think it's bad? Nan Fox, now I'm lost. Can you do... I don't know what this one is, Padilla, sorry. I don't know that acronym. Even Twitch mods should be in moderation, exactly right. I once was addicted to exercise. Oh my gosh, there we go. I'm glad to report that I beat that addiction by becoming a couch potato. Hell yeah. I bet you're a tasty couch potato enjoying your life. I think people don't cut off, or it takes a lot to cut the cancer out of a tribe when the tribe has accepted someone. Yeah. It takes a lot to cut the cancer out of a tribe when the tribe has accepted someone. Yeah, and so I think it can just be nice for people to have a tribe. You might have to explain a little bit more. I'm trying to have an open mind, I guess, of what you're particularly implying about the cutting off the cancer. I think I'm just missing something that is helping me understand that point of view, rhetorical Buddha. So if you want to explain it further, go for it. Otherwise, like I said, we'll be playing some video games soon anyway. Why is ostracized? Or maybe what is ostracized? So if you're asking what does ostracized mean, so ostracized, if you want to Google it yourself, is spelled with an O-O-S-T-R, ostracized. That'll get you enough to find the rest of it. But basically it means when someone is singled out for whatever reason it is. And so therefore they become very isolated, as in lonely. They are on their own, but they have been, but ostracized in particular means that they are on their own because everyone else has pushed them out, essentially. So for example, if I was in my group of friends and I am spouting some bullshit, let's say, whether that because I'm being nasty or conspiracy, whatever it is, but I'm spouting some bullshit, and then my friendship group decide to push me out of that friendship group, and now I'm on my own. That is the ostracization. I've been pushed out. And that can happen in a lot of ways. It's not always because the person who's been ostracized has been nasty. Unfortunately, some people get ostracized because they are, maybe it might be because of a disability, for example. And so they are getting, and so you could, in that sense, maybe tie it in with bullying as well. So they're ostracized because of being different is maybe the word that I could use. And in that sense, that can cause a lot of course, depression within that individual, insecurity as well. And in those cases, it is the group that has, I think, can have some blame for ostracizing this individual. And in some cases, it'll be the individual who is to blame for that ostracization. And hopefully that answered what that means for you. Otherwise, if you're not sure, then we should come back to our original point and say that you can look into it yourself. But hopefully that gives you a little surface level. Yeah, removed or kicked. You got it, J-Joy. It's because of what the general subjective opinion is. Yeah, subjective, objective, it can be tough as well. Some things are aliens who conquered the dinosaurs with a rock. Are we not? It's like, come on, try and prove me otherwise. I do read the chat. I just read it very slowly, vid. I hope all the ostrich-sized people in the world find their own group. Exactly. Sometimes it's allowed. Hi, Storm Surfer. Oh, sorry, Nine Fox Scotch. Yeah, I don't see on my end when people are replying to other chatters, I guess. So that's where I can get messed up. Have you researched about Hinduism or Buddhism? I haven't researched a lot about Hinduism. When I was in school, I did a little bit of learning about Buddhism. I actually think Buddhism is a really, really beautiful religion, but I know very little about it. I went to Christian school, so Christianity, and also living in Western countries. Christianity is the dominating religion, and so I know a lot more about it. But I would love to learn more about other religions. I find them incredibly fascinating, and I think that they are in themselves a reflection of our anthropology and sociology, I suppose, and just storytelling in general. I love storytelling, and I think that religions are indicative of our cultures around the world, and I love learning about people. So I do want to learn more about it, but it's there's so much in the world. I'm getting around to it eventually. But anyway, to make the answer more succinct, yes, I know a little tiny bit, but I would not say I've researched them. I think that is a very specific word, and I cannot admit that I have researched these things. Help me, I got wonton soup, but it's got balls in it. What type of balls? That could be okay. It's being outcast or shunned. That's a really good way of putting it. Thank you, Sunshine. That's a really nice, succinct way. So ostracized is being outcast. Yeah, perfect. You're not the only one. You got it, Dusty. I get comments about Asmongold several times in a day, but yeah, I'm just waiting for him to notice me so I can get his opinion on if he thinks I look like him as well. Ooh, practice Buddhism. Lucky you. You don't have to brag about it, you know. Buddhism and Christianity do nicely agree on inner transformation and not theology. Yes, and so I think a lot of that is what I like about Buddhism as well. What y'all talking about? Well, we were talking about a whole range of things, but we are going to end that conversation because I'm actually caught up with chat. So, on that, if you guys have enjoyed yourself and you like the just chatting portions of my live streams, do please consider following or subscribing. I stream usually 3 to 4 days a week, but it is May at the moment, and so I'm streaming every single day. However, on Saturdays, the stream is in our Discord channel where we watch a movie. So if you want to watch a movie together, then make sure you're in the Discord channel. This week, we're going to be watching Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage from 1988. It's the movie where Nicolas Cage meme where he's like this. We're going to be watching that movie, and so I'm very excited. I've never seen it before, so if you want to join, make sure you're in the Discord. And also just tune into future live streams on Twitch or on Exclementine YouTube channel. I usually stream for about 3 to 4 hours when I do my just chatting sections. But today we're going to play some video games, so I have to keep my just chatting a little bit shorter. I'm trying to get better at it. Being ostracized isn't being turned into an ostrich. Common misconception, but hopefully one day. Shout out to Mike Rotch as well. Happy birthday to Mike Crotch. You know how it is. We love to hear it. Thank you, Jim, for popping in. Ooh. That's got an extra meaning there. I go to sleep sleeping, listening to Asmongold, and wake up listening to Asmon Girl. Adorable. Yeah, it is like the opposite. Hey, I got the... Well, he has long answers. He's a ranter himself. So, yeah, it's there. I don't really like Asmongold much ever since this inferior culture thing. Yeah, so Dusty, I totally get it. I actually used to... I spoke about this where I was like, why... I used to watch Asmongold a lot, but why do I not like him as much as I used to? I find him very entertaining, and I love watching him talk about, like, video games, for example. I think that he is an expert in the field. I really do think that, and I think that he's very entertaining. I think since he started doing more of the political stuff, and I said this the other day, is that it makes me very uncomfortable, some of the takes that he is more and more emboldened to say. There are a lot of things that I would love to pick his brain about, though, because I think he is very eloquent, and I think he actually is somewhat good at challenging his thinking. Maybe that's a parasocial take. So there are parts of me that I'm like, oh man, I hear what you're saying, and I want to ask questions of like, well, what do you think about this? Like, he keeps on saying that he's very consistent with his beliefs, but I feel like there are so many times where I see inconsistencies, and I'd love to just like pick his brain about it. And like I said, it's very parasocial, but I think it's hard for it to not be parasocial when every single time I go live, I get compared to him, so I can't escape him. But anyway, it's yes. My point is, Dusty, that I agree that there have been a lot of the things that he's been spouting more recently that is very uncomfortable. Very very uncomfortable. You like Hassan? No. I used to watch Hassan many years ago for a very similar reason. I found him very entertaining. I liked a lot of his React content, but then I would say that once the Palestine-Israel war broke out, is around the same time I stopped watching him. Same thing. I really didn't like a lot of his takes. And now, again, to be parasocial about Hassan rather than about Asmongold, he just seems to have gotten more and more miserable and angry. And I do think politics makes people angry. If you actually look at political content, it's so fueled on this anger. But I just feel like over the last few years, Hassan's just gotten more and more miserable, and it's just kind of sad, I suppose. And I don't know if he'll be able. I think the only way to pull out of that is to spend like a year off the internet or something. But nonetheless, so point is that no, I would not say I like Hassan, but I will admit that I used to watch him. Is that the prequel to Lesbian Vampire Hunters? I don't know that. Can we convince to watch it and that it needs to be next watch? It's not going to be the next watch, but we could definitely put it on the list for sure. My crutch is a source of pleasure. Okay. I think she doesn't look at YouTube chat. I think that you don't look at other people's chat is what I think. Yeah, Hassan with the shock color. I saw all of that as well. I think he should stick to video games as well as Asmongold, but I can't dictate that for him, you know. Asmon can't regularly take a shower or brush his teeth. Why would you listen to him? I think that this is a long held misconception. Is a lot of people call him like the Roach King, and that, don't get me wrong, that there are a lot of things where it has been very evident that he has been super gross. But the thing is that he's been doing a lot of the things to overcome that. And so, for example, he's gotten his teeth fixed. He's aware of all of that. And the shower, I can't speak about the shower, but he's cleaned up his house. And a lot of people will attack that, which is called ad hominem, where you attack the person rather than attack their words. If you actually listen to their words, there are so many people that agree with him. And that is why I watch him, is for this attempt at understanding of why people agree with him. Because I just find it fascinating. He's got an incredibly large audience. And if there are so many people who are agreeing with him, I think that it can be an interesting thing to wonder why. Same with like Joe Rogan, for example. Same with Andrew Tate. A lot of these people, I think that completely dismissing it dismisses why people are actually listening to them. And so I find it curious. I'm a very curious person, and I don't necessarily have answers. And that's why I have to look at other people as a bit of a research, I suppose. Hopefully that answered your question. I saw some clip of Hassan with a really dumb Pragmata take. Oh yes, we talked about Pragmata on Tuesday, BA, after your suggestion from Monday. So we did talk about it. I've even been thinking that I might take that segment and post it on YouTube so people don't have to watch the whole VOD. But I have to watch it back to see if it actually is coherent at all. But yes, I saw the exact same one. He's become more cynical, but feel he does check his own beliefs with a new knowledge to enough pattern evidence. He's caught up in a lot of fatigue of repetitive issues in the world. Sorry, is this Hassan or Asmon? Because I feel like it could be either of them. And that's what's so beautiful. It's two sides of the same coin, right? It's like the Meat Canyon video. If governments are better at ending the issues we're experiencing, there would be less fatigue out there. But politicians, politicians aren't there to fix things. They're there for business. Both are angry, but one is completely justified. That's hilarious. I love that. I never really got into politics. It's only something I've been getting into recently. I try to keep a lot of my political content off my live stream, not because I'm afraid of sharing my politics, but because I don't want to subject other people to coming to my channel for politics when that's not what they're here for. I think that what we're talking about right now is not political, it's about streamers. So I don't mind indulging. Sometimes we do move into it a little bit, but that is my biggest thing, is they're so similar to how I find Asmongold funny for his reacts, or his I'm entertained by his reacts, or his commentary on video games, or even watching other, like, I love commentary YouTube channels, so Moist Critical is another example. Having them react to content, I do love this kind of content, and so that's why I got into watching Asmongold rather than his WoW days, for example. And so by the same token, I was like, where was I going with this? By the same token, his political views are not what I got into watching him for. And so I don't find that as interesting. Or I don't want to say interesting, because I do find it interesting. I think that's I need to correct myself there. It's not what I am there to watch. And so similarly, a lot of people who have found my content aren't here to listen to me talk about my views on politics. I think people are curious about my opinion, and so I share my opinion. And right now we're talking about streamers rather than about politics, so I don't really mind it. Indulging in this kind of stuff. I've seen Asman's comment section on YouTube. It's called, it's filled with black fatigue. Okay, I will admit I don't read the comments. Whenever some black person does something bad and they label every person out the color, it's pretty, yeah, that doesn't sound great. I don't like the sound of that at all. Even just like as soon as you said black fatigue, I was like, oh God, like I can already make assumptions of what this means. Hi from Pakistan, very cool. He will tell you he's miserable. I'm assuming that's Hazan as well. He's gotten his teeth fixed. Clemson avid viewer. That was 2 weeks ago.
I'm doing my part.
Maybe we should play some games, eh? I feel like I've been caught out. Can you play an instrument? Yes, I can play two. I can play very bad guitar, and I can play piano pretty okay. Did Andrew Tate do some boxing? I missed that. Personally, I'm not interested in either of them. They're both just angry boys. But that's the thing, is I don't think Asmongold is an angry boy if he's not doing politics. And so that's why I found him entertaining when talking about various things like video games, for example. There are other commentators that I watch who have their opinion on video games, and I find them quite fun to look into. And so that's the kind of stuff where I wouldn't say that he's an angry boy, but like I said, I do think politics makes people angry. I think that generally it's worthwhile to measure someone by, yeah, that's a fair point, Boo. You should put it on YouTube. Thank you. I've just got to spend some time to watch it back, I think. And so that could take 2 hours. And so I'm like, 2 hours? Do I really want to watch this back? But I'll get there eventually. I wish for the news on new bullshit. Hell yeah. Oh, thank you, Sean. People dismissed Andrew Tate and weren't asking why are so many people listening to them. They picked the demeaning route and push more people that way instead of finding common ground and fixing experiences in the world. Yes, so I will give you guys a good example of someone that I actually do think is a good role model, and that's Healthy Gamer GG, Dr. K, if you guys are not familiar with them. So Dr. K, I think, does a really good job at tackling a lot of men's issues. Not exclusive, but when I watch them, it seems like he is trying to look at a lot of men's issues, and he tackles a lot of these popular characters and discusses kind of the psychology around it. He is a clinical psychologist, and yeah, he's really cool. And so I highly recommend watching some of his stuff. I think that it can be really helpful for mental health as well, and just kind of expanding your view. And so I really like his stuff. He also discusses. He also talks to YouTubers, content creators. There have been a lot of times where he actually does collaborations. That's the word I was looking for. Collaborations with content creators. It's really fascinating. I think he's great. Whenever I talk to my dad, he rants to me about politics. Crap. It's like, Dad, I didn't want to talk about politics. If you don't take your life or health or living situation seriously, then why should I take your opinion on a topic you just got involved in seriously? I think that's actually a really good point of view, King Boo. I really do. And especially if you're talking about Asmongold, I completely understand that. It's like, as a lot of people say, if you can't even eloquently express your viewpoint, why should I listen to you? I think the reason why I discount it is because I can see that he has been moving away from that, and that shows growth in a way that shows self-reflection. And if someone is reflecting on the things that they can change and going out of their way to change it, then I'm willing to hear them out, I suppose. And I guess I'm a big believer of second chances anyway. I've had 2 other conversations about the Prag matter, and it's parental theme since your stream yesterday. I'm not surprised whatsoever. It's been going on for a few weeks now. You reckon Critical's gone a little bit soft? I feel like he's not as opinionated as he used to be as well. I completely agree. I feel like he's just maybe he's just sick of the bullshit, and in that sense, I think that's fine. But I've noticed some pretty less hot takes, I suppose. Hi, I'm Clementine. You can call me Clem. I'm from New Zealand, but I'm living in the UK now, and I'm about to play some video games. A university peer. Well, there we go. How do you pronounce, well, you spelt Qatar wrong if you're talking about Qatar, but you've spelt it with a U when it doesn't usually have a U. So Qatar, I suppose, is how the word you've given me would be. I'd get better political insight from my 7-year-old nephew. Hilarious. I actually like that. Yes, I am AI. Hi, Cody Cameron. What do you think about football? World Cup? Who's gonna win? Germany. Germany. Okay. You should try out Half Sword. Oh, I don't know this one. Medieval combat. Cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, that does sound cool. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to get into black fatigue and justification. This is now starting to get too far out of my what's just like a simple opinion and more into the areas that I don't want to cover today. Okay, cool. I think that we are good then. We shall move on. I missed the name suggestion, but I think I know who it is. Is it the Indian descent? Yes, you've got it, Sean. Mr. K. Or I actually don't know. I don't know. Oh, sorry, not Mr. K. Dr. K. I actually don't know what his full name is. I just know him as Dr. K. But his YouTube channel is Healthy Gamer GG. So you're absolutely correct, Sean. Okie dokie. Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial days. Classic. It was absolutely entertaining. For sure. I think that's where he became more on my radar, but it's also around the same time where I started streaming and people started comparing me to him. So I didn't watch him during those days, but that's because I kind of just knew of him and I was just streaming myself. I'm not sure what GMM is, sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to move on. So if you guys are on YouTube and you want to keep watching, then consider coming over to Twitch. I think that I have the link working now. Let me see if it works. It might take some time. His latest video is titled How to Have Good Sex. Is that a problem? I don't think that's a problem, Lyle. Like, there are a lot of people who really struggle with sex and having good sex. I don't have any issues there. Allison's favorite YouTube show, Good Mythical Morning. Oh, I don't watch Good. So I think GMM is Good Mythical Morning, and I don't watch it. So I can't tell you if it feels different. Okay, why so many girls got those huge cups? I'm not sure what you mean by that. As in, you mean this, or do you mean boobs? Because the reason they have big boobs is because of puberty. What is sex? That's exactly the one. Yeah, don't you want to have good sex? That's exactly it. People should be talking about these things. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, if you're on YouTube and you want to come watch some video games, consider following on Twitch or on the XClem Plays YouTube channel. We're going to play some Red Dead Redemption. If you did enjoy your stay and you want to chat some more, I will be back live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. BST, British Standard Time. And that's where we chat for a lot longer. We're already over time, so that's it. Yeah, exactly. How big would an R cup be? It sounds like it's meant to be like a double A or something.
I'm doing my
Anyway, guys,
part.
thanks. Like I said, if you enjoyed yourself, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see you
I'm
tomorrow,
doing my part.
enjoy your week, whatever you get up to. And we're gonna go ride some horses. Bye, YouTube.
doing
See you
my
later.
part.
What other games do you play? I play Oblivion as an Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster. But currently it's just those two games. Okay. Bye, YouTube. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Goodbye now. Ta-ta.